video, I'm gonna show you step by step how to replace your boat trailer bunks like a boss. Stick around, I'm gonna show you how I do it. This trailer is for a Lowe 17-foot aluminum bass boat. This trailer is a work in progress. I removed the fenders, I sanded and grinded and removed all the rust off the trailer. I put my first coat of black down. It's gonna get a few more coats. Now, as you can see, this bunk has a different carpet from this bunk. I'm not sure which one is the original. I'm thinking this one is newer. This one is rotted out completely, if you could see that. So that's not of much use. And this feels like sandpaper. So in this video, I'm gonna remove these old nasty bunks. And I'm gonna show you how I like to make new ones that are built to last by taking wood, sealing them in resin, and then wrapping them in carpet. I'm gonna show you the glue, the materials needed, all the tools I use, everything you'll need to know to tackle this project efficiently and make sure your bunks are built to last so you don't have to do this anytime again soon. All right, simple process. That's 4 bolts, and these have these brackets. And all I did was remove the bolts. Very simple. Now, this one is newer than this one. This one's very, very weathered, as you can see. Which is why it's rotting on the ends. You get under here, this is the part that was rotting out. Now on this one, you can see the wood looks a lot newer. Now these staples are rusted, which tells me that they didn't use stainless. And then this was actually still on the end of the board, which tells me it's pressure treated, which is not good. Pressure treated wood contains harmful chemicals that can actually corrode and pit aluminum. And so for your boat to be sitting on this, even with the carpet, I wouldn't trust it. That's how boats get holes in them. And that's why we're gonna go back with just regular wood, but I'm gonna treat it in resin and seal it really nicely to ensure it lasts a long time. And again, I'm just using standard 2x4s. These are not treated. And I'm gonna keep them at 8-foot length. Now this is just standard fiberglass resin, and I have had success with this resin in the past. That's why I use it. It's affordable, it's easy to get. I could go to my local hardware store and pick it up. It's better than like a Thompson's water seal. It's better than an oil-based enamel paint or an exterior grade paint. It's better than treated wood in this scenario, obviously. It's better than not doing anything at all. But there are some resins on the market that are going to actually be better than this resin. You've got to order them online, you've got to wait for them. And honestly, the value proposition for me just isn't there. I've had great success with this and it works good enough. So for this application, this is what I'm going to use. But if you want to look into some of the other resins you could get on composite sites, there's some good stuff out there, guys. But again, I've had really great success with this in a lot of my projects. All right, the resin is all cured. As you can see, when it dries, it gives you that kind of waxy sheen. And it's on there nice and thick. I did the tops, bottoms, sides, ends. Everything is sealed. So now I'm gonna take this palm sander with 50 grit and I'm gonna sand everything. Now I'm not gonna burn through the resin. I'm just gonna knock it down and scuff it up. That way, the next step is to wrap it in carpet, and a nice scuffed, scratched up surface will give that carpet glue something to bite to. I'm going to take some of this gloss black oil-based enamel and I'm going to paint the bottom of those bunks because they'll get carpet on the tops and sides. Now, is this a necessary step considering I coated it in resin? No, it's not, but we're spending a lot of time and money on this project as far as this boat build, and I'm just going to take an extra little detail and paint the bottoms black just in case you were to ever see them. All right, and there they are, 2 quick coats of that black paint just to give it some color. Again, unnecessary step, but something I wanted to do. I do want to make a note that these boards have a slight bow in both of them, and I'm putting that bow up, just as if you would crown a board. Crowning up, bow is up. I'd rather have a bow up than a sag down, so that's how we're going to roll. Time to wrap. I had this carpet left over from a previous project, and it was just the right length to actually cut for these studs, so it worked out perfectly. So I'm going to get to cutting. This is 16-ounce bass boat carpet. All right, got those carpet pieces cut for the new bunks, and I went ahead and took the original factory mounting brackets and hardware off those bunks, and now I'm gonna go ahead and install them on these before I do carpet. Took some measurements of the factory bunks, and starting at the back of the boat, that first bracket mounts 8 inches in, and then from that bracket to the bracket up front is 77.5. So just check your measurements. I'm gonna go ahead and mount these up. A couple final notes before we wrap these new bunks and carpet. Number one, when I installed these brackets on the new bunks, I went ahead and test fit them on the trailer to make sure that the spacing was proper and everything lined up. Really snug fit, so I'm happy with that. So we're gonna move forward and wrapping them in carpet. Now with this carpet, as you can see, I've got it laid out to where the ends match, and they're both facing the same direction. They were cut from the original piece of carpet, and I've got the bunks the same direction. So both bunks are gonna get wrapped in the carpet facing the same direction. So when it's a finished product, there's no deviation in color or grain from the carpet. They both match and looks really professional. And lastly, what I'm going to be using stainless 1/4 inch staples. Always use stainless for all my stuff. You know, it's a lot more money for these and you get a lot less of them, but they won't rust out. A wind staple gun, obviously I'm going to hook this to an air hose and a compressor. And then for the glue on this job, I'm using contact cement. Now I use contact cement sometimes on jobs. I use actual Robert's carpet glue on some jobs. It just depends on the part and what I'm doing with it. Now, because we're throwing a boat on these tomorrow, I'm going to use the contact cement because I want this stuff to set up and cure quickly. And so with this, I'm not going to do a whole in-depth thing on how you use it, but long story short, you take the glue, you spread it on the part, you spread it on the carpet, you let it flash over, you touch them together, make contact, instantly grabs, and that's how that's done. So we're going to get into speed mode here, hyperlapse, and I'm going to wrap them. And there they are installed. Turned out really, really nice. Very, very happy with it. I still have to do the side bunks that are 3-foot sections, but we'll save that for another day. This is good enough to get the boat on the trailer and off the paint. So we're gonna roll with it. Hope you guys were able to take something away from this video and you like what you see. This boat's gonna be killer, so stick around to see the debut of it. And you know, as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video.